Hey you guys, what's up? This is James here at Unique Perspectives. Thought I'd make another video. Please, I want to encourage you guys to like and subscribe, but without further ado, let's get into the topic. I actually wanted to talk about the phrase people say often that I'm single. And I know that for a lot of us, just saying I'm single is just making a statement that might be true. You know, we're not married, we're not engaged, we're not dating, so we are single. But then you have another group of people that like to use this phrase to essentially give themselves license to do whatever it is that they want. They'll say, hey, I'm single, so I can hang out with all these women, even though I'm not in a committed relationship. I'll hang out with these women, and yes, I'm attracted to them. Yes, I'm flirting with them. Yes, I'm potentially going to sleep with them, or maybe I am sleeping with them, but a person will say, oh, hey, well, I'm single. Or maybe you'll have a woman, and she will say that I'm single. And for her, that means that she has a license to hang out with a bunch of guys that wants to sleep with her. She thinks that maybe, she can get drunk or smoke and be reckless. Or maybe the guy thinks that he can smoke and drink and be reckless. And there's a lot of people that really see this phrase as, hey, I'm single, as a license to do whatever it is that they want. And I think that a lot of us, we overlook the fact that we can actually ruin things for ourselves, for our futures, by making really destructive decisions right now. In fact, there are some people that have even made bad decisions for themselves, in their teens, in their 20s, in their 30s, and it still hasn't occurred to them that they've actually obstructed their opportunities for a possible marriage. Now, I'm a Christian, so I believe marriage is a beautiful covenant that God has created, and He desires for all of us to engage in. For example, Proverbs 18:22 says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So not only are we seeing that God desires for a man to pursue a woman and to find a wife, but he will obtain favor. Not maybe, he may obtain favor, but he will obtain favor from the Lord. And so it's really important just to keep in mind that if we follow God's guidelines, He will support us. But for a lot of people, they don't really care what God says. They care about whatever it is that they want to do, and they want to do it the way that they want to do it. So I guess I'm really making this video for the men and women out there that maybe you are possibly single, or maybe you know someone that's single, or maybe you actually have children or younger people in your life that are single, or maybe someone a little older and they're single. But just remind them that you can't afford, whether you're male or female, you can't afford or predict the future. You can't afford to mess up your opportunities by making decisions right now. You spending time waiting for somebody to take you seriously in a relationship, and you giving them 5 years of your life, 10 years of your life, 15, maybe even 20 years of your life. That can be your best opportunity to actually have been married. And there's a possibility you may not get that window again. And that's the reality. That's the harsh reality, especially in our Western society. So I really want to just remind people, you have to be extra careful with the time that you have here on earth when it comes to relationships. Now, I do understand that there are some people that they despise marriage. They think it's just a piece of paper. They don't really care. They're okay with cohabitating. And it's very convenient for them because if they don't commit, well, when they're ready to leave, they can just go. And there are a lot of guys that they convince women, hey, let me have access to your body and we can possibly get married. And then sometimes guys will ride it out and they just never marry the woman. They just trap them in a sinful relationship, and the woman just deliberately decides to entertain it, and they never marry because the woman really should not have lowered her standard that low. And there's one thing to be realistic with your standards, but it's another thing to don't have standards at all and just do not have any standards. So I really want to just remind men and women that if you're seeking to be married, possibly married, every decision that you make when it comes to your relationships, who you spend time with, who are you entrusting your heart with, all those little things matter, because you're going to find yourself locked out of relationship opportunities if you are reckless with the time that you have here on earth. Be very careful not to entrust yourself with a man that's okay with cohabitating with you, having sex with you, doing all these things without actually committing to you in marriage. And the same thing for you guys. Be careful not to entertain a woman that's okay with spending your money, spending your time, keeping you away from dating opportunities of possibly connecting with somebody that's going to take you seriously in a long-term relationship, because she wants to preoccupy your time and keep you away from all the quality relationships that you can be engaging in. So I really want to just remind you guys that just because, you are single, it doesn't give you the license to be reckless. I've watched a lot of people mess up their opportunities and they realize that they screwed up, and now it's kind of too late. late. And I know that a lot of us, we think things are like a Disney movie, that, God is going to just somehow snap his fingers at the last minute and everything's going to just work itself out. But the reality is that's not how life works. You can make decisions in your life that's going to destroy opportunities for you and close doors for you that will never, ever, ever present themselves to you again. And so I don't want to scare people, but I really want to just share the harsh reality. Just because you are single doesn't mean that you get to be reckless. My best advice to you, and I really want to just offer this one solution: be a classy man or woman and behave as if you are already married. Be a respectable, God-fearing person that has dignity and value and worth. And don't just distribute your time and distribute your life to people that are demonstrating to you they do not respect you. Pay attention to how people treat you. If a person is feeding you, if a person is caring about your well-being, pay attention to those little things. They may not even do it perfectly. Pay attention to those things and stop disregarding people that are showing you real, genuine interest for you to cast them aside so you can be with temporal relationships that are wasting your time. God bless you guys. I hope you learned something from this. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace and bye.